Here is the first part of our newest Puppy Play story. Chapter 1. Okay, Charles, your turn. Danielle pointed to the big chair. Have a seat, sir. What's it gonna be today? A mohawk, maybe. Hey, a buzz cut. Charles climbed into the chair and settled in. Danielle shook out a big black nylon cape and fastened it on the back of his neck so it covered his shoulders and chest. Charles laughed. Oh, just the usual, I guess. He smiled into the mirror at his own reflection and Danielle's. Danielle had been the Peterson family's regular hair cutter for as long as Charles could remember. Her shop used to be downtown in Littleton, right next to the library, but last year she had moved to this place called Hair Today, which was 3 towns over. So Mom made all of their appointments on the same day. One for herself, one for Charles, one for Charles' older sister Lizzie, and for their little brother Adam, who folks always called the Bean. They would drive all over together, then head back home an hour later and join what Mom called that brand new spiffy haircut fill-in. Dad got his hair cut by a guy named Bernie down at the fire station where he worked. It's convenient, Dad said, but the price was right, meaning it's free. But Bernie's haircuts were sometimes a little weird, and Mom often used her sewing scissors to even things up backwards so Dad won't go around looking like he just rolled out of bed. Charles liked Danielle because she liked to laugh. But she always wore old outfits like purple high-top sneakers with pink polka dot dotted eyes. He liked it when she washed his hair with lots of warm water than her special lemony shampoo that smelled almost so good that he almost wanted to eat it. He even liked laying around in the salon while everybody else got their haircut. Charles sometimes felt funny about being the only boy in the place. The Bean didn't really count because he was so little. But what if he was like that too? It doesn't mean he just got lots of smiles and attention from all of the ladies sitting under the hair dryers or getting their nails done. But still, it maybe wouldn't be so great if one of the guys from school walked by and saw him in there, happily eating a magazine and eating the pretty sugar cookies Danielle always offered. Maybe Charles would be totally embarrassed if word got around that he hung out in a place like that. Maybe it was a good thing that Hair Today was all the way in Springfield. Springfield? Like in The Simpsons? Oh, back to the story. Now Danielle snipped away at the hair around Charles' ears. Snip, snip. She was so quick, but she had never once cut them with those sharp scissors of hers. Not even once. Not even a tiny nick. So, how's that adorable buddy? Has he had any foster brothers or sisters lately? She asked. She loved hearing about the Petersons' puppy and the other puppies that the family had took care of. The Petersons been fostering puppies for a while until Buddy came along. Until Buddy, Charles' mom and dad said that the family were not ready for a dog of their own. But Charles, Lizzie, and the Bean loved dogs. So their parents had agreed to let them take care of puppies who needed temporary homes. That's what fostering meant. Each puppy only stayed a little while, just until the Petersons could find it the perfect forever family. But when Buddy came along, everybody knew right away they could never let him go. The Petersons were Buddy's perfect forever family. Buddy was a brown dog with big brown eyes and a pretty heart-shaped spot on his chest. He was cute, smart, and a ton of fun to play with. Charles always imagined that having a puppy of his own would be the best thing ever that happened to him. And with Buddy, that turned out to be true. But it was still fun to foster puppies. Now Charles told Daniel all about Noodle, the most recent puppy his family fostered, a golden doodle that the Petersons had helped rescue after Lizzie spotted him swimming in the middle of the icy Loon Lake. Noodle sounds like a great puppy, said Danielle. I bet your sister was crazy about him. She loves those big dogs, doesn't she? It was true. Charles knew that it had not been easy for Lizzie to give up Noodle when the time came. But now your family has Buddy, it's a little easier to see other puppies come and go. Daniel snipped a tiny bit above Charles' forehead. Definitely, Charles was going to nod. But he just remembered that just in time he was supposed to be keeping his head still while Daniel was working. Danielle took a look at her work. I think you're all done, she said. She held mirror up to Charles so he could see the back of his own head reflected in the bigger mirror. What do you think? She asked. Do you like it? Sure, Charles said. His hair didn't really look any different, just a little shorter and neater. Perfect. Thank you, Danielle. Danielle spun Charles around in the chair, unsnapped the cape, and swept it away. Tiny bits of Charles' hair flew off to join other clips on the floor. Ta-da, she said. Now, where's that bean? She scanned the room. Near the front door, a little knot of women, with some weird tinfoil things in their hair. Others wearing curlers or plastic-wrapped turbans had surrounded someone who just came in. And he saw that Angela, one of Hair Today's other assistants, had just arrived. The bean, who was always so curious, just had to run over to join the crowd. He stood near the edge trying to push his way in. Me skills, he keeps saying. But the women were busy oohing and awing over something to hear him. Charles saw them reaching out towards Angela if they were trying to touch whatever she was holding. What's going on? Charles asked Danielle. Did she bring in a baby or something? Charles shook her head. Danielle rolled her eyes and shook her head. Not exactly. Just then one of the women stopped aside so Charles could see what Angela was holding in her arms. It was a puppy! A very small puppy with silky brown and fur that was touched with silver, and had the tiniest black nose and eyes, and a big pink bow on top of its head. The puppy was wearing a white t-shirt that said, Mommy's Little Girl, in shiny pink script. That, Danielle told Charles, would be Princess, otherwise known as the most spoiled dog in the history of the universe.